Buffaloes is proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Now is the time for people with disability and their families to get NDIS ready. Visit www.ndis.gov.au for more information.
Ladies and gentlemen, certainly hope you're enjoying the TIO NTFL final action here at TIO Stadium. Just a quick announcement about two cars that have left their lights on in the car park. A silver Ford, registration 751000, and a Nissan Patrol, registration number 791313. Those plates again, a silver Ford 751 and 050, and a Nissan Patrol 791313. We have our lights on in the car park. Enjoy the NTFL action, big game coming up.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. NAFLs, stop the fighting now. BMD, leading the way in local communities. De Silva Hebron, barristers and solicitors.
NTFL, show your true colours on Southern Cross Television.
Hello and welcome to Southern Cross Television's TIO NTFL Men's Premier League qualifying final today. A great matchup we have for your TIO Stadium. The Darwin Buffaloes taking on Southern Districts for a spot in the grand final. The Buffs, they've been up and about after a strong win last week against the Tigers, sealing the game in the final quarter, while the Southern Districts, they've had a week off after finishing atop the NTFL ladder, and they've been strong contenders all season. So we're in for a good match here tonight. To bring you all the action, we'll head to our Southern Cross Television commentary team with Nick O'Reilly, Jimmy Driscoll and Tim Weatherald. Over to you, lads.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Big game tonight, we're all very excited. Timmy Weatherall, Jimmy Driscoll, welcome back to you, my friend. Take us through the Buffs' ins and outs.
Three big changes, really. O'Neill, Maroney and Joey Anderson's out with a bit of a hamstring, and in comes Ryan O'Sullivan, Matty Campbell and Cameron Stokes.
Timmy, welcome on board tonight, my friend. The Crocs tonight, mate. We haven't had a look at them for a while, but give us some of the key matchups tonight for you.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Obviously, first of all, obviously missing Pierce Little and Keegan Dingo, who have been, dead registers in the last couple of weeks. I'm sure those players will be really playing for them tonight. They've both been great players for the club, and yeah, they've come out this week saying they're really going to play for those two lads. But Dean Staunton comes into the side as well. He's been really good value in the Division 1 side for them. But it was a big, great matchups tonight. Who's going to go with Sambono? Who's going to go with Farah from Districts? Those two key forwards, and it's going to be really exciting to see those two going head to head.
It was a Sambono show last week. I got a little bit excited, it's fair to say. 6 goals from the big boy up forward. He's been extraordinary all year. Matty Campbell's in tonight for the Buffs as we see him down on the bench. And Cammy Stokes, Jimmy.
Yeah, bit of experience comes back into the side. I think those two boys will probably just rotate forward and might spend a little bit of time inside mid as well. So, yeah, looking forward to the game. It's going to be super.
Second semi-final time here at TIO Stadium. At Southern Districts taking on the Buffs as the ball sharp in the air. They've already picked out a free kick. It's going the way of the Buffs. So this is the start they definitely needed. So the ball goes long in the Shillabee direction, stands under it. Umpire says play on. Here's Stokes. Can he get the first one on the board? It's going, it's touched right on the line. And well done there to big Michael Bowden, who just got enough on it and pushed it over the line for one minor. So the ball gets kicked back out. Could be coming straight back in though. Umpire says play on. Bit of thunder in my ears, not sure what's going on there. Here's the first look for Cam Stokes. Good first touch for him. Shillabee just pops up in the air. Richie Tambling, all that experience, just sitting underneath that one. Umpire says play on. Throws it on the right. It's a good looking kick too. And a good mark there to O'Brien. He moves it quickly inboard. Dropped mark there to Curry. And that ball's turned over at half back. So Clark, a bit of a stinker of a kick, early days. Goes over, gets his ball back. It's a good looking, no, it's just punched over the line by big Ryan Sullivan. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Looks as though we've got young Michael Bowden playing on Sambono, so that'll be a super matchup for the night. And looks as though Toddy Miles is planting himself down forward as well.
Yeah, they're just trying to obviously play, mix those forwards up. Toddy Miles normally in the ruck, so just trying to throw things around to start the game here.
So ball pops out the back. Buffs with the numbers. Rokar just tries to go off the deck. Clark puts his head over it. Just throws one back into Tambling. Umpire says play on. Here's Maroney, has a bounce. Under pressure. It's a nice looking ball to centre half forward. Have a look at this man. He just goes a one-handed juke. That's how he goes about it. Quick ball inside 50. Umpire says play on. And it's just popped over the back. Barlow with the handball. Buffs with good pressure here early. And have a look at that. That one's out of bounds on the full. Young Malcolm Roses will look to put this one back in attack for the Buffs. So Roses finds something he likes. Shillabeer could have been a bit of an arm chop. Yes, umpire agrees. So big Shillabeer on a pretty tight angle. Maybe like his chances.
He's a beautiful kick of the footy, so if anyone can kick it, it's probably him. But I think that's a really good matchup with Sam Smith playing on Shillabeer.
So Shillabeer up against the boundary, up against it too, you would say. Kick underway. Umpire doesn't move. Have a look at that for the opener. Here at TIO, the big boys got one on the board for the Buffs. They move to 1-1-7. Southern District's yet to score.
Yeah, perfect start here for the Buffaloes. As I mentioned before, Shillabeer probably playing a bit higher up the ground than we used to. Normally plays deep in that forward line, and we go back to the replay here. Just Roses just takes a bit off the ball there, gives it out into space, and you know, obviously leading his players to the ball, earned the free kick against Sammy Smith there, and I guess most importantly, he's gone back and kicked the great goal.
How about Sam Bono's first touch? Just a one-handed juke, if you don't mind, Timmy.
He looks like he's on, and it's interesting. Like, Sam Bono or Shillabeer haven't played against Districts this year yet, so that's definitely a bonus for them.
So ball pops out. Looks like Districts have got the clearance. Farah goes past him. Here's Richard Tambling. Nice little touch. Just puts it out. Kapiti Barrawanga with a nice spoil. Farah goes off the deck. Jalen Clark gets wrapped up. Beautiful tackle it is. Umpire says holding the ball. Fantastic tackle from Big Will Farah. He's just weighing up his options. Just pops it over the top. Savika with the spoil. Here's Richard Tambling again, being good early to the top of the square. The big Jamar. And that one's across the face, although it stays in. Ogden snaps on goal. Hit the post.
Yeah, Lyle Ogden's been a really consistent player down back, so probably hasn't seen too many goals running forward there from the defensive area, but just couldn't quite curl it back there on his left foot.
So Southern Districts open up their account, just the one minor. Buffs 1-1-7. Here's Barrawanga, takes on Leroy Jetta. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but it pays off. Gets boots a ball. He's turned this one over, though. So Rokar just with a nice little chisel, although drop ball here. Good pressure from the Buffs again. Jamar puts his head over it. Ball pops out. Stokes with the clearing kick in the Shillabeer direction. It's a beautiful kick, too. So Shillabeer winds up, puts it deep inside 50. Sam Bono stands under it. Beautiful roving there from Anderson. Snap on goal. It's just across the face and through for a minor score. So Darwin Buffaloes looking pretty good early here. They move to 1-2-8. Southern Districts one behind. 5 minutes gone in the first quarter. So Smith just pops it over the top to Michael Bowden. He's looking to control it here for a moment, but they've turned this one straight over. And Liam Philpott taking the mark there. Could have been 50. Umpire says no, and it's good to see the umpires in the extravagant purple socks. I'm loving that work tonight from the NDIS. Beautiful work from them. Shillabeer just with a nice long kick. Have a look at that. Pops over the back. There's a free kick here. Not really sure what that was for.
Like Todd Miles will take the free here. Obviously maybe the bit of extra height down there. No, might be coming back to Anderson. No, here it is, big Todd Miles. I think just maybe that extra height in the goal square there. Sam Smith may have just put the hands into the back, but doesn't matter what it is. He's got the free kick straight out in front, and it's going to be interesting if that height's going to worry them down there.
So Todd Miles with the free kick and the shot on goal. Never in doubt from that distance. He just gives a bit of a mouthful to Sam Smith. And he's got one, so he opens up his account. Darwin Buffaloes 2-2-14, Southern Districts one behind.
Super start by the Buffs, and I think you're right, Timmy. They are worried about the extra height down there. You see Ed Barlow's spent a bit of time down in defence, where normally he plays up and around midfield. Cal Curry's gone forward now, and they're not really sure who to play on the bigger fellas in Shillabeer and Toddy Miles.
It's probably the old thing as well. I haven't played footy for that couple of weeks almost now. Have that week off, and it takes you a little bit to get back into the finals action. And Buffs had that really high pressure game last week, so they're already playing at that standard. I'm sure Districts will come back pretty quickly, though.
So you just think the Buffs need to just jump them at the start here while the Crocs are still asleep. There's Jamar with a nice tap, but straight down Stokes' throat. He's being held on to. Umpire agrees. I feel a bit of advantage coming on. No, I can't. So the ball's coming back to Jared Stokes. He's having a look around. Goes long and deep into the pocket. Sam Bono underneath it. So I shouldn't have got that excited then. Have a look at this. Cam Stokes with some nice handballs out to Roses with a nice chiselling centering ball. Although Big Sullivan drops a sitter. And here's Shillabeer in pursuit. They're going pretty hard here, the boys. McAdam for the Crocs with some nice footwork and just gets it out of there. But might be coming back in. Umpire says play on. You both had a bit of it. Oh, that's holding the ball. Beautiful tackle there from Stokes. Great pressure. As you look to put him back inside attacking 50. There's numbers everywhere. Collinson inside 50 he goes. And here's the big boy, Ryan Sullivan. The man on the mark will stand 50 metres out on the boundary. He's having a laugh here if he's going to wind up for a shot. Plays on. Smothered off the boot. Sam Bono and it's 3-on-1, 4-on-1. Beautiful tackle there. Ball pops out. Here's Sam Bono again. Although beautiful work there from Tim Brook as he gets him out of the attacking 50 for the Buffs. Ball pops out sideways to Rosier. Here's Rosier now. Throws it on the left. This is a bit better from the Crocs. Just controlling it a bit more. Ball goes long. Farrad can't grab the mark there. Ball on the deck. They've just jumped on him there. Stevenson to Savika and just barrels it out of there. There's a 2-on-1 here, although it evens up. Sullivan off the side of the boot. That's an absolute shank. Jamar is too big to get down and get that one. McAdam's good with his footwork again. Pushes outside, but Jalen Clark just intercepts that one, although spills a mark. Cops one high. Umpire agrees.
And this is where the Buffs have been really good from the start. Their rebound off half back. They've been inside forward 56 times so far, whereas the Crocs only twice. So their rebound off half back has really set them up going forward.
So Shillabeer just with a little bit of a nudge. Umpire says that's okay. Here's McAdam again. He's had plenty of it early. Here's McLaughlin. That one's out of bounds on the full. So Buffs, plenty of pressure. And it's good to see that my old pal Jimmy Driscoll just doing a bit of stat work too to my left, which we're pretty excited about.
After the efforts of Walter Gallio last week, I felt a little bit of pressure.
Greetings to you, Walter, as we have a look at that beautiful mark down there. It's a big Shillabeer. He winds around on the right, just lowers the eyes, gets it back. Have a look at this. 50 out. He likes these. He's already. Have a look. Get around him, the boys. Loving his work. Darwin Buffaloes are off to an absolute flyer here at TIO Stadium. They move to 3-2-20. Southern Districts just a one behind.
Yeah, Darren Shillabeer just started off brilliantly here at the moment. Obviously having a bit of a rest there at the moment, but he's just started off fantastic. Just really playing quite high up the ground as we see the replay here, and just Clark kicks the ball down the line, and it's just a good contest here. Shillabeer just too strong with the one hand, and you see here he actually works really, really hard to get the ball back. I think he realises straight away who he's kicked it to, and he thought, well, I better get it back here and do the job myself, and bang, kicks it from just on 50 metres and carries the line quite easily, and that's a really, really good goal. That's 3 goals to the Buffaloes, to Districts just to 1 point.
Unbelievable start here to the Buffs. They've jumped them early. Up and about. Chris Atkinson's moved into a ruck. Jamar just does a bit of a slip and slide sort of tackle. Ball pops out. Jackson Clark with the clearance. Miles with the spoil off the ground. Heads in the direction of Aldridge. He tries some fancy footwork. Here's Sambono. He can't get him from there. Unless you're Adam Sambono. In that case, he didn't. However, he wouldn't surprise me if he didn't.
I actually heard at training on Thursday night he was kicking them from out there. So he can kick them from anywhere, and he obviously practices too.
He is absolutely ridiculous. As Farah gets the Crocs out of trouble for now. Here's Piggott, I like that name, goes inboard and finds Ed Barlow. He puts it inside 50. Savika with the nice spoil over the top. Just jumps on a few. Barrawanga goes without it. Here's Leroy Jetta. Handballs back to Barlow. Good pressure from the Buffs. They've turned this one over. Barrawanga with some really nice handy footwork. Gives a nice handball off to Stevenson. Stevenson puts it inside 50. Sambono with the hands over the top. You should have just turned around and kicked it yourself, pal. Anyway, here's Shillaby. Stands underneath it. Go back and kick it. She's off to a follow, Jimmy.
Exactly right. That's their 9th inside 50, and they're up in the clearances 4-2. So their pressure around the footy is first rate. And this guy, don't worry about Sambono. He's stealing the show at the moment.
Shillaby, he sure is. I'm still a Sambono man. I always will be. But let's just have a look at this man as he lines up for another. Kick underway. And he's got it. It didn't look very convincing. He's on all fours down there, the big boy. He's a bit puffed out. Doesn't matter. 4-2-26 are the Buffs. Southern Districts just the one behind.
Yeah, I'll go back a little bit to Joshy Savigi across the half back, where he actually made that spoil there as we see that come down the ground. But he's got the job tonight on Willie Farrer, and to have the courage to leave Willie to help his teammates out is just exactly how you win finals footy. And yeah, I was really impressed with that. And then they obviously worked the ball really well out of defence there, and just got the ball forward. And we see here just the great hands there by Sabono, and Shillaby worked really hard. Probably why he's on the ground now, is he worked so hard to get into that goal kicking position and took the mark and went back and kicked the goal. So yeah, perfect start.
He needs he's working that hard. They need to put out a banana lounge just in the forward pocket so the big boy can have a bit of a rest. He's off to an absolute flyer. Here's our first look at captain coach Matty Campbell inside 50. Miles goes back with the flight. Here's Aldridge in hot pursuit. They just start tightening up here a bit, the Crocs. Ball pops out. Have a look at this. Collinson, the handy little goal sneaky. Don't tell me he's told that one. Darwin Buffaloes on absolute fire.
Yeah, we've spoken about it already. Their pressure around the footy and ability to be clean. I think Crocs with a week off are a little bit fumbly straight up. Obviously, they'll find their feet as the game goes along, but from the get-go, the Buffaloes have been absolutely sensational inside the centre square with their clearances, and the old boy gets one there and straight in. So they're under a bit of pressure, the Crocs defence.
Yeah, I'm sure the Crocs wouldn't have expected Atkinson and Sullivan to be in the middle either. I really think that's been a great move there by Matty Campbell, just to really throw the side around.
So we're back in the middle. Just waiting to wind this one up. Ball underway. Atkinson in the middle here. Frederick Sleeth, I haven't called that name for a while. I love him, the flying mullet. And Matty Campbell, 2 clearances in a row for that man. Puts it out to the forward flank. Shillaby, there's just a bit of tightening up there from Piggott. And he sees that one over the line. Shillaby just giving him a bit of advice too, big Shillaby. And look at Stokesy. They're into him. That's all happening here at TIO. The producers revved up as well. A few high shots landing around the chops. A few ear massages. Plenty of heat in this one, as there's just an absolute fresh error from Atkinson. Goes back and wins the tackle. That's holding the ball, McAdam. Some beautiful pressure from Stokes. He's, we might see a bit of 50 here from McAdam. Just start boiling over a bit here for the moment, Jimmy.
It's Stokesy's very smart there, Jared Stokes. He knew that the contact was coming and just played it up a little bit and got the 50-metre penalty. So really undisciplined from the Crocs there, and he's sure to be Darwin's 6th goal.
Yeah, he's been a great player the last month of footy, Stokes. He's just really set the whole side up. Started off brilliantly again in the first 16 minutes of this match, and we don't see him kick too many goals, but yeah, he's definitely in a good position here to kick this 6th goal, and she makes it tough already.
Jared Stokes on the approach. It's been important early. He's having a blinder so far. Kick underway. Darwin Buffaloes get their 6th. Southern Districts haven't scored, just the one minor. 16 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Yes, 6 goals down, first quarter. Does Ruska do something different here, Jimmy? What do you reckon? Do you drop a loose player back, or do you do something? Because he's got to do something pretty quick, I reckon. Yeah,
I think one behind the ball would probably do, but I think what really needs to happen is the midfielders need to get their hands on it. The clearances so far, 6-2, sorry, and inside 50s, 11-2. So the midfield really need to work a bit harder to get that ball out of there.
We should work on a sponsor to do the Jimmy Driscoll stat. We'll work on that for next season because they are fantastic stats. Everyone's on the edge of their seat waiting for them, Jimmy. I'm loving it. Have a look at this. Darwin Buffaloes with another clearance. Inside 50 again. Here's my boy. Ho-ho! Geez, I get a bit excited when I see this man. He hasn't barely touched it tonight, but when he gets near it, everyone just craps their pants just a little bit, Timmy.
They do. You wouldn't have thought 6 goals, 2 in the first quarter, and Sambo hasn't scored, but he gets his opportunity here.
Here he is.
I think the best thing about Adam's game so far is that he's taken his player away from the ball.
Have a look at that. He salutes the crowd. He gets his first.
They're obviously as excited by him as you are, Nick. And
well, wouldn't you be? Have a look at him.
What he's doing is he's actually taking his opponent away from the ball and then coming in and playing as a coming player. So he's definitely a team player and he knows how to play it.
Not good enough. Just get him involved in the game more. I don't care who you're taking to contest or whatever. He'll kick 8 still. Jimmy, got to be a bit selfish. Matty Campbell, he's having a stinker so far, pulling these moves. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. Anyway, he gets his first. Darwin Buffaloes move to 44. Southern District's just the one behind. You wouldn't say it's game over yet, but a little bit concerning for the Crocs heading into quarter time. It's Jamer with the convincing tap by himself, and the umpire will ball this one up. There's a bit going off the ball. Umpire throws up. Jamer with the nice tap down. Here's Richard Tambling. Centre half forward they move, but it's chopped off. Where we've been talking about all night, although Crocs with the numbers here. They look to reload. This looks like a better build-up from Rozier. Nice kick. Dropped mark. Umpire says play on. I thought he had enough of it. Savika with the handball does really well. Has 3-on-1. Knocks it out to the 50-metre line. Umpire says play on. Could have been a bit of under the knees action there. Stokes with the kick. But it looks like it's going to come back. Pickett stands under that one. The Croc supporters just getting a bit angry here at the moment. Jalen Clark could have been held on to. Umpire says play on, puts his head over the ball. Barrawonga just knocks it out. Beautiful handball there from Eldridge, and the ball's coming back for too high and a free kick to the Buffs. Looks like it's going the way of Barrawonga. He's had a few nice dance moves early tonight. He's got the best footwork in town, and that is an absolute stinker of a kick. He's turned this one over. Rory O'Brien pushes that one out wide. So they'll look to get on the scoreboard here. Beautiful kick to Farrell, though he drops it. Savika, he gets wrapped up. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says play on. Here they go off half back again with a long kick in towards Roses. Stands under it. Does well, does the young fella. Oh, he just loses it for the moment. That one goes over the line and will have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, probably had the ball spent there, Malcolm Roses, but he's been really exciting again tonight, just getting around the ball there and just couldn't quite get it. As we go back to the replay here, Farrow just sort of missed that mark he'd normally take, but yeah, almost could have taken either the holding the ball or the free kick being thrown down, but yeah, they can't take a trick at the moment, Southern Districts.
So ball back inside 50 for the Buffs. Have a look at this. Snap over the shoulder to the top of the square. Oh, just over the line. And, well, it looks like, is it a free kick, is it? Or?
Yeah, free kick for holding there. I think he was just trying to maybe decide whether to step it through for a goal or take it himself, and in the process has given away a free kick. So Farrah will clear Southern Districts.
So Farrah with the long bit of a floater of a kick in the Frederick Sleeth flying mullet department. Have a look at that man. Good to see his name out there. Nice. Here's Sleeth. Gets the kick, although it's coming back for a throw. So the Crocs were out there. The umpire saw that one. Did look like a little bit of a flick. We just have a look at the replay here. Might have just popped out. Frederick Sleeth. Saw him last week. He had that mullet in a plait, which was an interesting look. The big boy. He's had a week off. Hasn't had much of it yet. So the Buffs looking to put the ball deep inside 50 yet again in the Miles direction. And, beautiful mark down there to Sam Smith. Just stood in front of the big boy and chopped that one off.
Yeah, he's going to have to do that a fair bit tonight, and I think he'll look to head back as a loose and just try and cut those off, because with Shillabeer and Miles down there, as well as Sambono, he's going to have a busy night, Sammy.
Here's Sammy Speak of the Devil. Gets wrapped up in a tackle. Shillabeer with a clever tap. Just dances around a few. I wouldn't give it to the stationary Miles. It's coming back out. Beautifully worked here from the Crocs. Here's McAdam. Just had a bit of a spell on the bench after that, giving away that 50. Ball pops out here. Sambono puts a bit of pressure on Bowden, although he steps around. Beautiful work from him. And heads inside 50. Here's Barlow. There's numbers inside 50, and it's a beautiful kick, although dropped mark. They're coughing up their chances, the Crocs, when they go inside 50. Roses with the clearing kick. Here's Stokes again. He's been on fire early, nearly gets run down. Puts the ball inside 50 for the Buffs. But Crocs with the numbers again. McAdam receives the handball. What can he do? Heads in the Tambling direction. Richard Tambling takes the mark, looks inboard, finds something he likes. Frederick Sleeth with a fresh do, plays on, runs around the big boy O'Sullivan, handballs over the top to Barlow, misses a target. He might run in to an open goal, although it's beautifully worked there from Saveka and punched through for another minor score.
Yeah, it's just opened up a little bit in the last 5 minutes, and I think before quarter time, Matty Campbell wouldn't want a goal from the Crocs, so he needs to tell his players to shut down a little bit in this in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
So the Crocs doing all the attacking in the first quarter. Just pop this one over to Kevin Moroney. He goes back and has a look around. Goes long down the line in the Campbell direction. Campbell and Tambling. Ed Barlow, a bit of AFL experience out there tonight. Campbell with the chase down on O'Brien. He gets the kick away. 2-on-1. Lack of communication there from the Crocs. And have a look, they're away here. The Buffs. Have a look at that speed from Roses with the kick. Just chopped off. Umpire says play on in best position. He did. He did drop that one. Have a look at this. Body's flying everywhere. And his free kick for too high. So Farah's going to receive this one. McAdam moves out wide, gives him something. Cam Stokes did well just to hold him up there. Farah moves it across to Smith. He goes inboard. This is better work from the Crocs, just lowering the eyes a bit. Here's big Frederick Sleeth, tries to give the handball away. Matty Campbell does well to hold him up. Sleeth with the long board, although it's touched off the boot from Campbell. Ball pops out, big bump on McLaughlin. Bodies fly everywhere. Jalen Clark with the handball. And they've worked it well again, have the Bucks. Cam Stoke, McAdam goes at it. McAdam does well, 2-on-1. That's holding the ball every day of the week. Beautiful tackle there from Stokes, and he's given away the free kick for too high. Bit of a fend off on the neck to McAdam. Silly work there from Stokes. Could have been back inside 50. Barlow in the Jetta direction. He keeps his feet. Can he get the first for the Crocs? Does a bit of a pirouette. Drops the ball. Umpire says play on O'Brien with the snap over the shoulder. It's a goal. Crocs get there first. It only took 25 minutes. But anyway, they got it. They moved to 1-2-8. Darwin Buffaloes 7-2-44.
Yeah, she's definitely a hot game at the moment, and Southern District's just probably the last 3 or 4 minutes starting to get their hands on the ball a little bit more through the midfield there. Matty Rose is getting a few touches, and as we go back to this, probably pretty costly. Had the free kick there, and you saw just the top of the screen, just sort of pushed his head into the ground there. The ball was turned over, and as quickly as that, Southern District's pushed it to the other end and get their first goal. Not what Matty Campbell would have wanted, Jimmy.
No, it's not, but Cammy Stokes knows better than that, and I think he'll make a mess for us as the game goes on.
Just coming back to the players. Umpire throws the ball up in the air. Jamar with the tap. Darwin Buffs have been good in the centre clearances all night. Here's Matty Campbell. Well, they've given away a free kick, have the Buffs. Moves it quickly. Barlow sees something he likes out wide in the direction of Ogden. He just dances around one, puts the ball inside 50. Can they get a second? Stevenson with the fist. Jetta with a clever little kick out to Farah. Farah in pursuit. What can he do from here? In hot pursuit. Snap on the way. Is it? Oh. It's through for a point. What have they done? They've picked out a free kick here. They've just have a look. Looks like he might have copped one around the chops there, Farah. As the ball's going...
Yeah, it looks like they're coming back to give him a free kick. Whether he's thrown down after the ball, I'm not quite sure. But he looks in a little bit of pain there. Like whether he's... we'll watch the replays here, see what happens here. But it looks like he got the kick fairly freely. And, yeah, we're not quite sure what happened.
He's dropped after. Looks like he's been dropped after he got rid of it. So that's...
It was a behind kick, so they'll definitely bring it back and give him another shot here to try and kick his first goal of the evening.
So it just looks like they were having it at the top of the square, but then they've brought it back to where Farah got it from. Well, would have thought because he kicked it downfield.
Unless it was as he kicked it. So if he's got him high as he's kicked it, kick comes back to where it was from.
Well, it's running truly after it, though, I would have thought. By the looks of things, the super slow replay to him, but anyway.
I think if it goes, but it's gone through for a point, so they've obviously got nowhere else they can put it. So because it's gone through the point, they're going to bring it back to where the ball was kicked.
Farah, hopefully get the second for the Crocs. Could be game on. And it's across to the left. So just snuck in. Oh, hit the post, actually. And there it goes. It's quarter time here at TIO Stadium. Southern Districts 139. Darwin Buffaloes off to an absolute blinder here. 7-2. 44 will be back with the second quarter right after this.
Week 2 of finals is proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. From the 1st of July 2018, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, or NDIS, will be available right across the NT. Visit www.ndis.gov.au to find out more about the NDIS.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut.
No. I was at Jingly. Jingly!
If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Every day, we go beyond. Beyond running the power networks and beyond providing the water services that sustain life in the Territory. In fact, we're proud to sponsor and partner with the sporting organisations, charities, events and community groups that are essential to every day in the Territory. Because we are power and water.
Centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin for easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium, where it's Darwin Buffaloes off to an absolute flyer, 7-2-44 to Southern Districts. 1-3-9. Fellas, what happened in that first quarter?
Yeah, well, obviously the Buffaloes, started off brilliant. We spoke about it a little bit in the call from that first quarter. Districts had the weekend off last week and just looked a little bit flat early. In that first 20 minutes, the Buffs just took it on and kicked those 7 goals, within the first 20 minutes. Late in the game, they started to sort of get a bit more controlled, but yeah, it's going to be tough to come back from a 7-1 start.
They've just got the one, as you said, just the 1 goal at Southern Districts, and Cam Stokes gave away that free kick out here, which of course set up that goal, Jimmy.
Yeah, there was a couple of undisciplined acts towards the end of that last quarter, so I think quarter time came at the right time for the Buffaloes, and I think it's their pressure around the footy that's really got them off to this flyer. Obviously, we said that the Districts were a little bit slow to get going, but yeah, the pressure around the footy from the Buffs has been exceptional.
As we have a look, there's a lot of ex-AFL players out there tonight, and all that experience. The experience favours the Crocs, where not as many on the Buff side, but the Buffs just look in control early, don't they, Tim?
Yeah, they just play exciting footy. You watch some of this replay stuff now, just their physical pressure's been fantastic. They just play like they've got nothing to lose, and they really are an exciting team to watch, and it's really exciting to watch them.
Matty Campbell's just holding the troops in a little bit longer than the Crocs there on their way out into position. We just have a look at the replay there. Cam Stokes, a hard unit. Jalen Clark, not sure that he's a hard unit, but Cam Stokes definitely Jimmy Driscoll.
Yeah, I think that AFL experience and the harder bodies, they know how to hit them, and yeah, Matty Campbell started off pretty well, putting himself inside the middle there.
He did put himself. He was great when he went in. He got 2 clearances in a row. That the bald eagle down there. He's off to a blinder as well. The Buffs on absolute fire here as the crowd just gets off TIO Stadium, but it's Darwin Buffaloes 7-2-44. Southern Districts 1-3-9. Interesting to see how the Crocs respond early in this second quarter. They just need the first couple here just to stay in touch.
Yeah, the defensive line, as we see, the defenders pushing out there. Savika's done a great job back there on Farah. Burrawunga's been really good as well. Jalen Clark back there. So they really have had a good spread of good players throughout that first quarter, and yeah, they need to just keep doing it all the time and keep playing with confidence and don't stop what they're doing.
Looks like Savika and Farah just having a bit of a yarn there, a bit of a friendly yarn. It wasn't very friendly at the end of the last quarter, and they absolutely ripped into him.
And you talk about AFL experience, you've got Jamar, Ed Barlow and Richie Tamling in the middle to start off this quarter.
Stinker of the lineup, not all fantastic players in their day, as the umpire throws the ball up to get us underway in the second quarter. Stokes with the tap over the top. Ball pops out. Here's Jalen Clark with a bit of a flick up. Umpire says that's no dramas. Ahmet off the deck finds Stokes with a nice sweeping handball outside, although Aldridge just drops that one, puts a step on Ed Barlow. Here's a quick, nifty little unit, puts the ball into space. Have a look at that. Oh, we could have had hands in the back. Umpire says play on, and Farah gets the clearing kick out of there for the Crocs. Nice mark down there to Rosier. He pops it over the top to Barry. Barry from 55. Kick underway, but it's out of bounds on the full. So Crocs just playing with a little bit more intent early here at the moment, Timmy.
Yeah, came out of the defensive area pretty quickly. They obviously just had the opportunity with the kick going forward, but he just couldn't take the mark, and then they worked really quickly out defensive. Matty Rosier, he's a really good player and uses the ball well every time he gets it.
Maroney with the long kick. That ball stays in. Beautiful work down there from the Crocs. Tambling with the centering ball in the Curry direction. He drops what he should have taken. Stokes puts on the afterburners. The other Stokes, Cam with a nice Shepherd in the Miles direction. Ball pops out here. Have a look at this. Sam Bono, don't tell me. He gets his second. He jumps up in the air. Jalen Clark does a bit of a fist pump. I've got to keep a lid on it here early, but he gets his second.
Yeah, Sam Bono, we say it every week, when he gets the ball inside that 50-metre area, he doesn't really miss too many shots and miss many opportunities. But, you know, once again, from defensive area there, just a little small miss there, which is obviously costly for Curry there. Just Stokes comes burning through. A great shepherd there, as you called in the call. And, you know, out in front here, good work by the big fella here, just to keep the ball in front there. You know, the second effort there, great handball here, just to open up there by Collinson. And, you know, this man here does the rest.
Beautiful work from Sam Bono. He gets his second. Have a look at that. Salutes to the crowd. Jalen Clark, have a look at this. Does a bit of Irish dancing as well. Does a bit of a jig, does the big boy. We're back in the middle. Umpire throws the ball up. Beautiful tap there from Jamar. We've been holding on towards Williams. Umpire says play on. Ball comes to half forward for the Crocs. Big bump there from Aldridge. Body's flying everywhere a bit. Ball pops out to Staunton. Kick underway. He doesn't mind it. It's a goal. Good response from Staunton. And Southern Districts get their second. 2-3-15 to the Buffs. 8-2-50.
Yeah, very quick response. And I think that's the thing that's been lacking from the Districts this game so far is their efficiency going inside forward 50. The Buffaloes had 9 scoring shots from 15 inside 50 in the first quarter, but Districts only managed 4 from 9 inside 50. So they really need to be a bit more efficient going inside.
Yeah, you saw Timmy Eldridge there. He sort of went in for the bump and then probably just got sucked for the ball there. Dean Staunton, his direct opponent, just sort of sucked out the back there. Been playing great footy in Divi 1 and earned his opportunity today and kicked a great goal there.
So ball's back in the middle. Jamo with the tap, Tambling. That ball's gone straight up in the air. Looks like we'll have another ball up. Back on the deck it goes. Tambling with the clearing kick to centre half forward. Stevenson with the fist. Ball pops out. Here's Cheddar. Just flicks it on. Could have been a throw. Umpire says play on. Staunton for 2 in a row from him. He beats his chest. And the Crocs get their third.
Yeah, no, great goal there. Just he playing on the wing here. He's just probably just come off the bench. You know, they'll leave him on there. Just get a couple of quick goals there for his club. But you know, that typical wingman just sort of sits out in that space, waits for the ball to pop out there. And I don't know if we'll see him in the bottom of the screen there, but he'll just sort of sneak into the play in a minute after this 35-metre kick in the air. No one claims that mark, but quick kick there by Richard Tambling. You see Staunton come into the play, just running into this area here. Gets the ball, nice clean take. You know, 2 kicks in probably 2 minutes for the young fella, 2 goals. Perfect start for himself.
He's having a good game here, the young fella. He gets his second, 2 in a row for him. Buffs get their third. They're back in it. 50-21. Here we go. Stokes with the clearance. Straight down the throat. Have a look. Sambono. This could be for number 3. Oh, look at him. He's just trying to get the player back a few steps. I don't know why you have to when you're Sambono. You can kick him from anywhere, pal.
Kick around the corner, what do you reckon? You straight in or do a little bit of a kick around the corner? What do you think?
He plays on here. I reckon he plays on. He runs around Jimmy and he snaps the goal.
I think there's one bloke that knows what he's doing and that's about it.
Yeah. Kick underway for him. He likes that. He goes the double fist pump. He gets his third. And Darwin Buffaloes with the quick response. 9-2. 56 to Southern Districts. 3-3-21.
Yeah, really good work from Stokes in the middle there. The clearance and the hit up to Sambono was perfect. I think the ruck work of O'Sullivan was exceptional as well. So I think the Crocs really need to set someone behind that behind the ruckman there and have a bit of a sweeper so that they can cover that one off.
I like the celebration of Sambono too. He really gets up and about. Does the young man from down Nauru from the Daly River region. All the community will be watching him tonight. Greetings to you lot. Richard Tambling with the kick. Barrawonga stands underneath and takes a mark. Sees something he likes in the middle, and I like him too. Stokes inside 50. Have a look at that. Oh, that's a free kick, surely. Yes. Give it back to him. Get out of his way. He's on fire. You just feel he's just getting into the game here. Young Sambono.
I think it's that quick movement out of the midfield too. When you can get the ball into the midfield there, move it really quickly. You know, Districts haven't got that chance to push a defender back in front of that space. And I think there Michael Bowden just got caught out for speed a little bit and just probably didn't need to push it in the back. He sort of had him beaten almost.
Michael Bowden get out of his way. Here's Sambono. Have a look at him. 50 out. Kick underway. Here's a good one. Sambono gets 2 in a row. That's his 4th. Darwin Buffaloes kick away again. They move to 10-2-62. Southern Districts 3-3-21.
Is that 3 in a row? I think there might be 3 this quarter, actually. So he's, you know, 6 minutes into a game, into his 3rd quarter. He's kicked the 3 quick goals. But once again, you're saying almost a replay of the last movement there. Just a beautiful kick going forward there. You know, a nice kick there. Probably a little bit unlucky, was it, at the contest? But, you know, once again, that's a big kick. I thought he might have been just out of his range, but he had enough on the end of it. And once again, a great celebration.
And we're back underway. Matty Campbell with the kick inside 50. Miles sits underneath it. They're just under pressure here, the Crocs again. Kick comes out to half-back flank. Matty Campbell there gets pushed, shoved out of the way. Umpire says, play on, it's 2-on-1. Roney does Woes to hold him up. Jalen Clark goes without it, and Stevenson sees that one over for the Buffs. Oh, and someone that's... Jalen Clark's just been put down there, trying to look for the free kick. The self-proclaimed Rolls Royce. Trying to milk the free kick a bit there, the big boy. Just needs to stand up and say, I'm a big boy now. Actually, I'll take that back. That was pretty harsh. Anyway, back underway. Both ruckmen go to ground. Everyone stands and looks at the umpire. Barlow with the kick. Just ball in dispute here for the moment with Stokes. Goes off the deck, just boots Leroy Jenner's hand off. I saw that fly over the back of the fence, his hand. There's a big wind-up. We just have a look at the replay here. You'll just see his hand fly off there. Look, there it goes. You saw that. So there he plays on. His hands back. 50 out. Kick underway. Umpire doesn't move. Leroy Jenner, take a bow, son. It's a much-needed response from the Crocs. They move to 4-3-27. Darwin Buffaloes 10-2-62.
Pretty good effort. They dropped the ball with the end and got his hand.
I know, exactly. That's my case.
But he sort of knew there. He's just right in his distance. He sort of just waited for a little bit of a hole, you know, to have that kick there. But, yeah, great finish there.
Yeah, Barlow did well there to shank off young Matthew Campbell. Frederick Sleeth in the play here. And we just have another look at Leroy. There go. Ooh, wowie. That one would have stung. Fair to say, but he likes his work there, Leroy, as we're back in the middle. 62-27, 9 minutes gone in the 2nd quarter at TIO Stadium. The winner of this one will go straight to the grand final as Matty Campbell does some nice work out of the middle. Have a look. Oh, Sambono, you've got to be kidding, Miles. You stole it off him. Unbelievable work. Sambono stands underneath it again. Ball back on the deck. Bodies flying everywhere. Nice pressure here from the Buffs. Crocs with the numbers, but they're just tightening up a bit. Here, people jump on. Umpire circling, and they will have a throw up.
It's been really good to see the clearances so far evening up, and we see the 3 goals apiece this quarter. The work from Tambling and Ed Barlow of note for the Crocs.
Aldridge just gets crunched in a nice bump. Here's Shillaby with a look away handball, and that one's gone over the line. And what's the umpire going to do here? He's going to throw that one up. They're looking for the deliberates, but they will throw this one up. We'll just have a look here from the big bump from the side on Aldridge. Did well. And, pretty lucky not to give away the free kick for deliberate there. I've seen worse ones given. Ball thrown back in. Miles with the tap backwards. Fox with the numbers here, although a bit of a stinker of a kick. Armat just taps it out towards Roses. Barrawonga goes to ground. Roses jumps on it. Might be pinged here. Ball pops out. Cam Stokes with the kick inside 50 over everyone's head. Crocs through Smith. Just heads in the Leroy Jetta direction. Does well. Leroy uses the body really well. Puts a long kick on in the Farah direction. Savika on his hammer. Ball does a leg spin sort of vibe. Shane Warren. Moroney, and he sees that one out over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 45 around from the Crocs goal.
Yeah, Leroy Jetta just sort of getting into the game the last 3 or 4 minutes here. Every time he touches the ball, he's got such penetrating kick. It just 55 metres every time he gets the ball, and he's definitely going to be one of the players for the Crocs he's got to turn on from now on to get him back into this game.
So I like Frederick Sleeth into the ruck. I like this move here. He's forward just with the little flick over the top. Ball pops out. Have a look at this. McLaughlin with the kick on goal. Hits the post. Hits the post. Disappointing there for that fella. 10-2-62 to Southern Districts 4-4-28. Nearly 12 minutes gone in the second quarter here at TIO. Ronnie just does a bit of footwork. It's a long kick out in the Sullivan direction. Sleeth stands under it. Sullivan just bops that one over. Cox with back inside 50 again. Have a look. Leroy drops what he should have taken. Doesn't matter. Kick underway, and it's across the face and through for a minor score. So 4-5-29 to 10-2-62. Sorry.
No, disappointing. He just sort of almost had it spent too much as we see the kick comes out to the space there. Just a nice, easy chest mark. Barlow could have taken it as well and just put himself under that pressure there and just couldn't finish it off. Whereas most circumstances, I reckon, set shot from 45 metres, he would have kicked that one.
Just have a look at the Sambono show. He's just resting up forward, the big boy. Have a look at him. Michael Bowden will just be thinking, what am I doing on this man?
Be very nervous.
I'm nervous watching him. Who knows what's going to happen? As Stokes has been super important and impressive tonight. It's a nice kick out to the wing. Been a bit of holding on there. Umpire says no, we'll throw it in. On centre wing, right in front of the scoreboard. So big Jamar up against Atkinson. Jamar being held onto, he claims. Umpire says play on. Nice kick there from Clark. The Collinson direction. Bit of footwork there from Brook. It's a long kick towards O'Brien. And that one's over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, just a little bit of a lull in the game here at the moment. Sort of 13 minutes into the second quarter here. As we look at the benches there, boys getting a bit of a rest after, running around for a while. Haven't seen as much. Chrissy Williams tonight's been really good the last few weeks, but he's getting a bit of a spell, just working hard through the midfoot area there.
Chamar with the good tap to win the Barlow direction. Oh, nice big strong tackle down there. The umpire, what's the umpire going to do? He's found a free kick. So a free kick going the way of the Crocs. Barlow presents for him in the middle of the ground. He ignores that. It's a little chiseler over the top. Here's a bit of a lull for now. Here we go, long to the top of the square. Roney with a spoil on O'Brien. Nice spinning tackle, pirouette style. Just a bit of trouble here for the moment. Stokes does well. Puts it back outside in the Shillaby direction. Uppity Barrawonga misses that one, and we'll have another boundary throw-in.
We'll have another one, but I think every time the Crocs go inside forward 50, there's not an open target, whereas once the Buffs go inside, there's normally a hit-up target that they go to, so need to open up their forward line a little bit, the Crocs.
So here's Jared Stokes. Roses goes across ground, finds Cam Stokes. There's a few too many Stokes out there tonight. Cam Stokes with the kick out in the Moroney direction. Roses loses his feet, gathers them again. Nice handball over the top to Jared Stokes. In the 3-on-1, does well to Armat. Handball's back. They've worked this well, the Buffs. Kick centre half forward. Aldridge drops the mark. Could have copped one high. Umpire says play on. He just pops it out in front of him. He's worked it well. Collinson tries to go off the deck. Cam Stokes, a wrecking ball. This goes through. Aldridge is going to be pinged for holding the ball here, you would think. You got to try and move those ones on. Umpire will do every day of the week. So the ball comes across in the Rokar direction. Flies, drops the mark though. Ball flies up again in the air. It's going to work well here for the Buffs. Here's Atkinson. Gets close to the mark and 50 metres. So Atkinson will get taken right up to inside 50 and we'll have a set shot on goal.
Yeah, did a great job, Chris Atkinson, tonight as their second ruckman there. As we sort of already, not sure what it was for. I think maybe you look at McAdam then inside that area there. Probably just a little bit too close. Had to get out of the space there and, you know, moves himself into 25 metres out. And, yeah, this would be a great goal for the big ruckman.
We'll get that. Mark Noonan will be watching this. He'll send me a text message and tell me exactly what that 50 was for. I love his work. Anyway, Atkinson with the kick on goal. Must make him pay. It's across the face. And through for a minor. So Darwin Buffs just get their third point. 10-3, 63. Southern Districts 4-5, 29. 16 minutes gone here in the second quarter. As the kick's underway to a 2-on-1. Here's Sambono. Flicks it towards Roses. Roses does well just to hold him up. Baralona and Sambono in pursuit. A few nervous players, although it's worked out well for the Crocs. They're away here. Ball pops up to half forward. Farrell with a nice bump. Saveka stands underneath it. Crunching tackle in the back, in fact. You would, pretty lucky that one, O'Brien. Get that one. Ed Barlow presents for him. Nothing's doing there. Cam Stokes cuts him off. So we just go back. It looks like he's going to have a set shot. Kick from about 52 metres out.
Yeah, he's probably got the breeze right at his back out there, so I've seen the ball carry a lot from that area in the ground, so I reckon he's got a big chance to make the distance.
Rory O'Brien plays on, 50 out, kicks to the top of the square, everyone flies, about 5 fly, Ed Barlow just puts that one over his shoulder and out of bounds on the full. It looks like we've got a bit of rain starting to fall. It's Jalen Clark there, the self-proclaimed Rolls Royce, just going down a bit easy there. The big boy, as we're, yeah, it's 50 metres. What a been for Jalen Clark.
Yeah, I think it was, and he just needs to play a little bit of footy, I think, Jalen, instead of trying to play for free kicks. But, yeah, this will really play into the Buffaloes' hands. The rain hopefully makes it a little bit more slippery, and the Crocs can fumble a bit.
So they head out wide towards Moroney. Moroney plays on, puts a long kick. He's tambling at ground level, goes without it. Aldridge does well. Here's Jared Stokes, has a bounce in these conditions, if you don't mind. Kick underway to the top of the square. Beautifully cut off there from the Crocs. Here's Zach Smith. He heads out wide to Michael Bowden. Puts a nice kick on. It's absolutely thumping down here now. As Jimmy Driscoll said, will really work into the favour of the Buffs. Got a 34-point lead.
You mentioned Michael Barlow there. They're really missing his run off half-back. Now that he's actually got to defend on Sambono, they're not getting as much run out of half-back from him.
So nice tap there from Sullivan. Ground level. Here's Williams just working into the game a bit here. Centres the ball. Cam Stokes goes without it. Crocs had the free kick, advantage paid, straight down the throat of Savek, although he drops it, pops out for Farah. There's everyone slipping around a bit, just goes with a snap and it's worked well. And Lionel Ogden takes a mark on the slight angle about 20 metres out.
Yeah, we saw a shot in that first quarter and just hit the post there, so I'm sure as a defender traditionally he'll come forward. They love kicking their goals, and yeah, it's going to be hard to hit goals at the moment with this rain pouring down, coming from his left to his right. But we see him just move in now to try and kick this goal from 20 metres out. Lionel Ogden for the Districts might have just snuck it, nearly hit that post again, but he's got it through for a very important goal there for the Southern Districts club. And just late into this quarter here, they've been much better this quarter, and if they can keep it within that 5-goal break, and hopefully this rain goes away for their sake, it just keeps them in it.
5-5-35 are the Crocs to Darwin Buffaloes 10-3, 63. We might get a at half time. Just do a little bit of a look at the radar, Jimmy, and see what's doing weather-wise, because this might play into the Buffaloes' hands.
It might, but I think if the Crocs just can claw this margin back bit by bit, they've kicked 4 goals to the 3 this quarter. If they get another one to finish off, it'll be a nice little break.
being held with on it there. Aldridge, ball pops out. And the bit of players sliding around everywhere. And there's a free kick being picked out. The big Ryan Sullivan. Shillaby is just floating around, looking for the cheap handball. He's the big boy. Still might get it here. No one's gone to him. Gambling's just blocking off his run. Sullivan with the kick inside 50. Early fly on no one there from Roses. Doesn't matter. Williams pops the ball out. Matty Campbell ducks under one. Kick over the shoulder. Just goes straight up in the air. Ball on the decks. Crocs with the numbers. It's just a drop ball there. Snap on goal. Across the face. And over the line. It was Joe Collinson there with a cheeky little snap.
They've got a very dangerous forward line with Collinson, Roses, Sambono and Matty Campbell down there at times too. So once the ball hits the deck, it's could very easily go through for a goal.
And big Todd Miles and J-Mar do battle in the ruck. Nice tap down to the feet of Sambono. You'd like it at him. Moroney with a flying kick. Umpire says play on. Ooh, what's the umpire going to do here? It's 3-4. They behind. So Tim Brook with the kick. And in front, good luck. And that foot race, Piggott does well. Pops over the top. Geez, they're away here. The Crocs, if they just can pop it over the top to Frederick Sleeth. Have a look at that. Savanka does well, just crunches him over the boundary line. Did well there, did the big boy, 2-on-1. And win that contest he did.
And that's half the reason why they're in front at the moment, the Buffs. Savika's been exceptional down there all night and really put the pressure on the big key forwards for the Crocs.
Big Frederick Sleeth, the mullet, not doing too much flying around in this weather. Sullivan with the tap backwards. Favours the Crocs. Jalen Clark intercepts that one. Ball pops out. Jalen Clark just keeps paddling it along. Staunton gets wrapped up. Umpire says play on. Here's Barrawonga. Good at ground level. He might get it back here again. He keeps running. Barrawonga with the kick towards Matty Campbell. Matty Campbell does well to keep his feet. Gets a handball over the top to Miles. Give it to Barrawonga, son. He does. Oh, great tackle there from Farah. Beautiful tackle from the big man on the little Guppity Barrawonga.
Worked pretty well from halfback, did Barrawonga, but might have run out of puff by the time we got to half forward.
He better get on his bike and get back to the back line as the ball is kicked down the wing. Frederick Sleeth just goes the one joke. Oh, that's a free kick against Timmy Aldridge. And Rory O'Brien just went on with it a bit. Did the big boy. Oh, fell on straight into the dial. He gave away a 50 and cocked a footy right in the melon. Because you don't see that much anymore, giving away 50 metres for copping a falcon.
Yeah, he came over the mark there, and as we saw in the first quarter, a little bit of undisciplined play coming in towards the end of the quarter, so they need to settle down a bit.
24 minutes gone in the second quarter. It's 64-35. As we have a look at that, bang, right in the dial. Here's Leroy Jetta. The umpire's called that one back. Rory O'Brien. Leroy Jetta just got the cheap handball. The umpire's called it back. Didn't blow time on. So O'Brien, 52 out, gets on his bike, centres the ball in the J-Mar direction. And there's been a free kick. McAdam, he's given away a few free kicks tonight, McAdam, to Joey Collinson. So they've done well to hold up here over the Buffs. Just think if the Crocs can get a late one here, she's definitely game on. Have a look at that, Sambono in these conditions. 1, 2, 3 bites. Doesn't matter. I don't know what he's doing up here anyway. Should be down in the goal square. Just goes the barrel, gets plenty on it, kicks to a 2-on-1. To the advantage of Smith. Does well to chop that one off. Centres the ball to Staunton, who's been good tonight. Have a look at this. Farah, Falcons him as well. It's Falcon Central at TIO in these conditions. Barlow just throws it up in the air to Leroy Jetta. Some nice footwork. Barlow again. Clever little kick. Farah plays on. Kick underway. He's got a goal. Game on. Southern Districts get one here late, 6-5-41. The Darwin Buffaloes, 10-4-64, just a 23-point margin, Timmy.
Yeah, we said they needed another late goal here in this rain. They've actually scored 2 goals since this rain's come in, but he's been a really important player. He's got a couple of really good touches this quarter, as Dean Staunton there. As the ball just kept sliding around, they kept falling over, getting hit in the head, and you see Barlow here just tries to get the ball forward there. And no, Leroy Jetta there and Barlow worked really hard, and he just sort of dropped off the contest there, did Willie Farron. Just managed to get in that little bit of a hole and just nearly hooked it a little bit too much. But yeah, the leading goal scorer of the competition kicks his second goal of the evening, gets him up to 52 for the year.
So back in the middle, Jamar with the tap. Centre half forward. Sullivan gets this one. Plays on the big boy, ignores Stokes and says, it's all right, buddy. I'm pretty nimble for a big unit. I would not have thought so. So back half flank. Oh, the raging ball. Stokes has given away a free kick. He's given the free kick away. He put his head over the ball. And there we go. It's half-time here at TIO Stadium. Southern District 6-5-41. The Darwin Buffaloes 10-4-64. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Week 2 of finals is proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Now is the time for people with disability and their families to get NDIS ready. Visit www.ndis.gov.au for more information.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut.
No. I was at Jingly. Jingly!
If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Did you know that somewhere in Australia a fresh keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds? It's that fresh.
Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets. So you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga, and Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel, plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona. Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere. Flight Centre.
proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. From the 1st of July 2018, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, or NDIS, will be available right across the NT. Visit www.ndis.gov.au to find out more about the NDIS.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium, where it's Southern District 6-5-41, the Darwin Buffaloes 10-4-64. The winner straight into the grand final. The loser will take on Nightcliff next week. Jimmy.
Got there in the end, mate. Yeah, they will. And been a super first half, and it hasn't stopped raining for about 25 minutes, so it should be a lot more contested as we go into the third quarter.
So free kick going the way of Ryan Sullivan against Jamar for shepherding out. Kick inside 50. Great mark down there from Smith. Good hands in these wet conditions as we it's absolutely steaming down here in Darwin at the moment. Sam Bono with the clever tap, really. I think he meant that. Of course he did. Sam Bono. Kick back inside 50 towards Shillaby. Out of Sam Smith's hands. Matty Campbell in hot pressure. Good pressure from that little man, the bald eagle, and that one's over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Timmy, talk us through, what did you like about the Buffs in the first half?
Yeah, I thought just their sit-ups to start the game. I thought Sullivan and Atkinson did a great job in the ruck. We probably thought Miles would do most of the work for them today, but they've put him up forward, and he's been a great target. Just open up Shillabeer and Sambono.
Speaking of Shillabeer, he doesn't get his hand on that one. That was going the way of Jamar. Ball pops out. Heavy rain. Here's Miles with the kick on the way. Maroney sits under it, out of his hands and over the line for a boundary throw-in. Sorry, Timmy.
Yeah, so obviously Shillabeer started that first quarter, kicked 3 first quarter goals, really dominated. Just dropped out of it in that second quarter, but up steps Sambono to kick 3 in the second. So they've got lots of targets for goals. They've got 1, 2, 7 goal kickers this game, and just really spreading the love and trying to kick as many goals as they can to win this game, and they're doing it at the moment.
It's the Sambono show so far in these conditions. He's playing well as that one gets wrapped up, and we'll find Chris Williams at the bottom of that pack.
Yeah, I think this rain we've had over the break is probably going to help Southern Districts. They're probably more of that natural in-close players like Tambling, Rosie, Barlow. I can see them really to start to take control of the game here, but hopefully the Buffs just keep playing that exciting brand of footy we know they do.
Barrawonga looks like that man's gone forward. Jackson Clark flicks that one over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw-in. As we just hear a bit of thunder and lightning at TIO. We'll have a look. His name's Jimmy Driscoll, but I'm going to call him Tim Bailey, the weatherman. Tim Bailey, what is the weather doing, my friend?
Yeah, I had a quick look at the radar at half-time, and it's going to continue to be like this for the rest of the game, I would have thought. If heavy band coming through from the west.
So it was a bit of a shallow throw in there. If you are a weatherman these days, they generally tend not to get them right, do they? So it's pretty much the opposite of what you just said, although as we have a look at this rain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I think this is set in for the night.
So the ball thrown back in. Nice tap down there from Miles. Quick snap, although smothered. Tambling just throws Barrawonga out of the way. A bit of a spinning pirouette style there from Anderson. That one's out of bounds on the full. So the Crocs can relieve the pressure here. Just need to hit a few easy targets. Oh, the eyes. There's not a lot doing at the moment. This one's going long down the line to a contest. Savika flies, punches it down. Nice work there from O'Brien, front and centre. Stokes, clean hands, although I've stuck that one up for him. He come out of his hands. Oh, big fly. Goes to one hand as Anderson comes to ground. Stokes does well, spins around, just out of the hands of Barrawonga, and that one's out of bounds on the full. So it looks like big Ryan Sullivan will take this one. So we have a look at this here. The big fly went to one Duke as well. Geez, imagine if he pulled that one in these conditions. Some hot chips come into the commentary box. I'm getting a bit excited from that. Ball to the top of the square. Matty Campbell could have worn one high. Umpire says play on. Beautiful work there from the Crocs, although it just falls out of his hand. Jackson Clark sees that one over the line. We'll have another boundary throw in.
Yeah, you probably won't see so much of the handball we've seen in that first quarter, that openness of that running ability of the Darwin Buffaloes. Just will have to get back to that simple kicking the ball long and, you know, one grab and one kick sort of footy.
Jamar and Miles go battle. Tambling does well to O'Brien. That one pops out. We're at the wing. Here's Savika. Just keeps it in front. Just nice and clever. And that one's gone over the line, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Really set the game up for them in the first half. Savika, he's done well on Farah, who's kicked one, but most of the rebounds from the defensive 50 started with Savika.
So both ruckmen holding on to each other there. Barlow taps it out the back. They're going in hard. Umpires paid a free kick against Liam Philpott going the way of Rosier. He looks to move it quickly, find something he likes straight down the middle. Zogden goes across the ground. The umpires picked out another free kick there to McAdam. So McAdam just looking around for options. He's put that one just outside 50. Just weighing up the options. Kick goes inside now. And Barrawonga takes him up. As you see, a big bit of lightning over the back. Gives a handball off Barrawonga. goes out as a thunder. And the players in the background. Here's Roses with a long kick down the line. Hard to see on the outer side who's there. Cox do well. Miles gives chase but just misses a tackle. Backing back with Stokes. Good contest there. Bodies flying everywhere. And there's been a free kick paid. Advantage paid. It just pops out here. Here's Aldridge. Nice pick up in these conditions. Nice and clean below the knees. Puts it in towards Sam Barno and a double fist straight over the line. Anderson looking for a deliberate, but Powell. That is far from deliberate. We just have a look here. Sam Barno didn't go full steam ahead there.
Yeah, they've kept Michael Bowden. Great defensive work there by Bowden just to get the ball over there. I'm pretty sure he didn't want Sam Barno getting his hands on the ball.
So Jamar with the tap down at ground level just flicks it out, and he's been paid for a throw. So the big boy just flicked that one out. And we have a look at the replay. And young Stephen Anderson will go back and have a set shot. Be a handy goal. You'd feel the goals will be hard to come by. 7 minutes into the third quarter with this weather. Anderson off the side of the boot and just sneaks through for a minor score. So the Darwin Buffaloes will move to 10-5-65. Southern District 6-5-41. So we're bringing it back.
Not sure what's happened there. Somehow they've got a free kick, whether he's wasn't happy with his kick and let him know, but yeah, the ball's hasn't come out from fullback and no score's been registered, I don't think.
Beautiful smother there from Collinson. Sam Smith gets wrapped up. No, dances around. Ball on the deck. Nice tackle from Sam Bono. They've given away a free kick for too high. Bit soft, I would have thought, that one. This weather playing into the hands. That Stokes with a mark to the tune of Cameron. He moves it quickly outside. Here's Roses. Winds up. And that one's chopped off from Smith. He's heading in the direction of Sam Bono. Bit of a lull for the moment here with this weather. Just trying to lower the ice and hit some targets. It's absolutely steaming down. I haven't seen it rain like this for a while here at TIO. Here's Aldridge, does well, clean hands in these conditions. Gets a handball out to Stokes. He puts it across the face. Here's Big Shillaby. Oh, he cops one high. Umpire agrees. And he'll go back and have a set shot from 40 out.
Fifth inside 50 for the Buffs this quarter, and you can see the class of Jared Stokes and Timmy Eldridge in terms of picking the ball up cleanly, and even Big Shillaby as well here. Cop one high and definitely within his range.
Sire Farah giving away the free kick there. Free kick was there. He's just doing a bit of arguing with the umpire. So the crowds, we look down to the stadium, the crowds really cleared out a bit. Oh, there's a bit more lightning. Kick underway. Shillaby celebrates as the thunder comes down at TIO. You couldn't have timed that one better, Timmy.
I think you got a bit nervous when he kicked that ball. I got a bit nervous up in the box, actually. But the big kick by Shillaby started off the third quarter here like his first. Kicked 3 in the first quarter here. It's been really a great target all year, but tonight in this weather, every goal is probably worth 2 or 3 this second half. But we watched Timmy Eldridge's take here as they kick the goal, but we do look out in the ground now. It looks like there may be some concerned players with the Lightning.
We just have a look in the. We just have a look at this replay, but just for the moment, the umpires, the emergency umpires run out. Now Will Farrer's over there talking to them. Darwin Buffaloes are gathering in the middle of the ground. Not real sure what's going on here.
I know the umpires have gone off the ground. They're a bit nervous.
Yeah.
The boys want to stay out there, but
umpire Mark Noonan might send me through a text and. Just like that, he has.
Yeah, it looks like they're definitely going to be coming off the ground here, whether they just stop the clock there at 10 minutes into this third quarter. I guess the officials will have a bit of a chat and work out what to do, but Yeah, both teams just making their little huddles there. You see the Buffaloes, you know, really great goal there to start this third quarter as we sort of pan out to look at the vision there. And yeah, obviously the few big strikes and lightning as we get a couple of extras going there. The boys start running off now. The Buffaloes decided to get off.
It's 29 points. Now Buffaloes handy lead in these conditions as the thunder keeps coming down. We'll just have a quick break. We'll figure out what's going on and we'll be back right after this.
Week 2 of finals is proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. From the 1st of July 2018, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, or NDIS, will be available right across the NT. Visit www.ndis.gov.au to find out more about the NDIS.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut.
No. I was at Jingly. Jingly!
If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Every day, we go beyond. Beyond running the power networks and beyond providing the water services that sustain life in the Territory. In fact, we're proud to sponsor and partner with the sporting organisations, charities, events and community groups that are essential to every day in the Territory. Because we are power and water.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick one again. As you see, the Lightning is around at the moment. NTFL bylaws do have a rule in place for the Lightning rule. The game has 30 minutes to resume. If that time the Lightning does not clear and is still unsafe to play, scores will stand as they are. And we do have half an hour for the Lightning to clear up. Thanks for your patience and hopefully we'll be back underway shortly. seems the worst of the storm has passed, but we'll see how we go here. Hopefully we can get back underway very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience. We are about to get back underway and resume where we left off. Thanks again.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. We've just had a bit of the lightning rule, I think, as Tim Bailey, the weatherman's on my left. He called it. What's going on, Jimmy? I think we had about 10 minutes to get back underway, but looks like we're going to do that.
Yeah, so the rule was they've got 30 minutes to get underway again. If play can't resume, then the scores would stand and Darwin would have gone through as winner. But we had 10 minutes left and they've called the boys back out there. So after Shillabeer kicked the last goal at the 10-minute mark, we're back in the middle and ready to go.
29-point leaders are the Darwin Buffaloes. Timmy, what do the Crocs need in these Hot conditions, wet conditions. What do they need to do to get back into it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to kick goals here. You know, they've got to kick 6 goals in the rest of this game, and the rain has not stopped. But they'll keep going. They're hard at it. I'm sure we'll see a real tough battle now.
In and under as Dylan McLaughlin gets the clearing kick for the Crocs. O'Brien goes without it. Kapiti Baralunga does well. Just goes on the outside of the boot, the banana. Clark stands under it for the Buffs. You're going to see plenty of this tonight. Umpire circling. The rest of the game, we would have thought it'll be stoppage after stoppage after stoppage.
Yeah, the umpire's going to be hard work for those boys too. Just going to be throwing the ball up, getting the bit slippery in the handle too. So good luck to them.
As we're back on the way, Jalen Clark pushes out of the ball, does well, clean hands. Stokes with a snap towards Jackson Clark. He goes without it. Zach Smith gets a clearing kick to centre half forward. Crocs with the numbers. Ball inside 50. Farrad jumps on it. It's getting a bit scrappy. Savika sitting in his back, and he's won a free kick. Sorry, that's Rory O'Brien's won a free kick for in the back against Savika. So he'll have to go back and have a set shot on goal.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough shot. He's already going to be kicking the ball from about 35 metres out, but we saw, you know, late in that, early in this quarter with that rain, it's going to be really hard just to get a bit of carry in the kick. So I'd be standing right on the line here because I reckon it's going to be pretty hard to make the distance.
So he's just taking his time here. He's Rory O'Brien. She's game on if he gets this one. Kicks on the way. Looks pretty good. No. Yeah, it's a goal. Umpire's called it. She's a goal. So Rory O'Brien getting a goal here for the Crocs. Move to 6-5. No, sorry, Darwin Buffaloes 11-4-70. Southern District 7-5-47.
Yeah, and as we've said, it's going to be really contested, but if we can get a quick kick forward, get in for the ball first, more than likely you're going to win either the free kick or get a quick snap out and get a goal.
Yeah, a bit sloppy there by Savik. He's been really good all day. As we watched the replay, just didn't quite get his hands. He had a big jump at it, did the big O'Sullivan, but the umpire's in the perfect position there, and it's a goal to Districts.
So still pelting down as the umpire throws the ball back up. Sullivan does well. Big tackles here. It's scrappy. Ball still on the ground. Umpire circling. And we'll ball it up. Tempers are flying there. Chris Williams. So ball thrown back up. Jamar gets rid of his opponent. Just on hands and knees. Just got the feeling this is going to happen for the rest of the evening. Though Roses does well enough to get the clearing kick. On the outer wing, it's Staunton. He's been good tonight. The ball's coming back. Seeing which way this is going. Looks like it's going the way of the Buffs.
Just looking at Nycliffe Football Club sit up in the stands. They'll be enjoying this. I think seeing these two guys, teams who are going to meet one of them next week, flogging it around in this rain. It's going to be pretty sore bodies after tonight.
Jackson Clark up to centre half forward. Good looking kick in towards Anderson. He drops a mark. Fair enough in these conditions. Oh, look at that tackle from Matty Campbell. You've got to reward those ones. Ball off the deck. Sam Bono goes without it. That's rare for him. Ball still on the deck. Just figuring it out. Brooke with the handball. The clearing kick. Direction of Ed Barlow. Shillabeer does well. Stevenson even better. Jackson Clark with the kick. Works out well. Here's Williams. He's long and deep into Sam Bono direction. Does well. Covers the drop of the ball and takes an excellent mark. And he'll go back and have a set shot on goal.
I think it's a little bit out of his distance range, but he'll still back himself. I think that's what you've got to do as a forward in these conditions. Just get in front, protect the ball drop, and try your best to hold on to it. And as we know, he's the best in the business.
Just protected the ball drop very well there, did Sam Bono. As we are on Sam Bono watch. Kick on the way. It's just off to the side. Jamar keeps it in. Don't know why it didn't go straight through. Anderson could have been done holding the ball. Ball pops out. Frederick Sleeth in traffic. And have a look at that. Big Todd Miles takes a mark. And he'll have a set shot on goal. It's on a slight angle, probably kick from about 35 to 40 metres out.
Yeah, he's just trying to look for a non-puddly area to kick the ball out of here to try and kick the goal. But yeah, he's been really good up there for tonight. We normally see him in the ruck, and he's been up for it. I've said it a number of times. But yeah, he's going back to try and kick his. Well, I don't think he's kicked the goal yet tonight. But no, he's kicked one. Kicked one. So looking for his second goal here. As some lightning might be striking again in the distance.
So Miles, kick underway, is off to the left. So just a minor score. So Darwin Buffaloes 11-5-71, the Southern District 7-5-47. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the third quarter. Wouldn't be too far off three-quarter time. Kick goes inside 50. Tambling does well, gets a handball off. Ball pops out to Charlie McAdam, and that's straight down the throat of Saveka. So he can send them back into attack. And that's straight down the throat of Farah.
Try to be too cute there. Really need to just get it in long and deep and allow the little fellas to do their work.
Stevenson does very well against Rokar. Holds him off. Just holding it up for now. Stokes demanding it. Goes in the Shillaby direction. Sorry. That's Miles. They're doing very well here, just holding it up. Crocs had the numbers there. And they force another stoppage.
And this is all the Buffs need to do. They just keep having stoppages, slowly creeping it forward and getting a shot on goal where they can. If they can get a goal, great. But if they hold the Crocs up, even better.
On all fours is the big boy Sullivan, umpire circling and saying he will throw this one up again. 19.5 minutes gone. There's a free kick. Gone. They're inside 50. Sam Bono works to front and takes a very good mark. And I like him. He's in front of goal here. He'll probably kick from about 40 out. But very clever, young Sam Bono.
Yeah, Michael Bowd did everything right there. Just obviously trying to get that front position and sort of moved back to try and get a little bit of the body there. But Sam Bono just sort of snuck around him at the last minute there and just sort of got that front position really late. So, as I say, it doesn't matter where you are, it's where you are when the ball gets there, and he just timed that perfectly.
So Sam Bono, can he nail this one? Bit of a shank. Nearly hits Matty Campbell. That one's through 4A behind. So Darwin Buffaloes moved to 11-6-72. Southern District 7-5-47.
Yeah, you just sort of know how heavy the boots are getting already, and just going to be really hard to hit the ball at any stage. As we look there, the District's just got to get the ball long now. I think that's the way the footy's got to be now. As he plays to himself here, just try get as far away as we can, but it doesn't quite get enough on it. Try and just sneak in there for the mark of the Buffaloes. The ball might just sneak over the boundary line here, right on the 50-metre line here at the Buffaloes' end.
Jamar just doing a bit of backing up there over the line. Force another stoppage. As we see Chris Atkinson throwing up the Duke, saying he'll do the ruck work against the big Jamar, the bigger bodied. Jamar does well with the double fister. And as far as Moroney, he gets wrapped up. Cam Stokes does well, just bounces off his ball. Farah in a headlock against Stokes. Umpire says play on. Tambling gets taken without it. Umpire says play on again. Ball back on the deck, inside 50. Barlow with the chase. Here's Guppity Barrawang, and he's been pinged for a throw. So Sam Bono plays on quickly in the Shillaby direction. Goes over his head, cops one high. Umpire says play on. Ball pops out to the wing. McAdam in pursuit. Their bodies flying everywhere at TIO. Leroy Jetta gets in and cranks into Stevenson. And it's on. It's on for young and old here. In these conditions, someone like tear a knee in these conditions, it's not the best. Anyway, moving right along. Shillaby taps down. Jamar good at ground level. Saveka with the spoil. Moroney cops one high. Umpire says play on. They're just letting this one go. Ball pops out. Here's Stokes, goes without it. McAdam, how's that for a pickup in these conditions? Stokes goes to ground. There is bodies flying everywhere, and the umpire circles and says he will throw this one up. Jimmy.
Yeah, she's pretty frantic at the moment. As I said before, though, there's just numbers around the ball. It's going to be stoppage after stoppage. You just need to get it forward, long and deep, as quick as you can.
Stokes does well. It's clearing kick. Tambling drops him after it, and he wins the free kick. Stokes. So Tambling giving away the silly free kick because that one went out of bounds on the full. So Shillaby will get this one. He just puts it long and deep inside to the top of the square. Campbell flies. Bodies fly everywhere. This one looks like it's going to come back in. Miles drops it, flicks it up to himself. Gaelic footy style to Williams. Gets the kick underway, and that one's across the face and out of bounds on the full. So it's just amped up a notch even in these conditions as the ball gets kicked underway. Atkinson does well against the bigger-bodied Jamar. Frederick Sleeth, the flying mullet, sits on top of it. Ball pops out. Stokes to Jalen Clark, and we'll have another stoppage boundary throw in. So just getting a bit antsy here at TIO Stadium. Bit of back chat, bit of ear massaging in these conditions. Atkinson jumps early. Umpire says that's all right. Plays on Stevenson with the cheeky little kick. Barrowonga goes to ground, cops one high. The umpire says play on. That was a clear throw, and the umpire in best position there. Throws that one up.
Spent a lot of time in the bus forward 50.
And there we go, 3/4 time here at TIO Stadium. Southern District 7-5-47, Darwin Buffaloes 11-6-72. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this.
Week 2 of finals is proudly brought to you by the National Disability Insurance Scheme. From the 1st of July 2018, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, or NDIS, will be available right across the NT. Visit www.ndis.gov.au to find out more about the NDIS.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut.
No. I was at Jingly. Jingly!
If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Every day, we go beyond. Beyond running the power networks and beyond providing the water services that sustain life in the Territory. In fact, we're proud to sponsor and partner with the sporting organisations, charities, events and community groups that are essential to every day in the Territory. Because we are power and water.
So we can feel earlier, feel together, real, together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
1,300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kenites high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I don't know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
Welcome back to the final quarter at TIO Stadium. Southern District 7-5-47, Darwin Buffaloes 11-6, 72. You wouldn't think so, but the rain's just starting to hold off a little bit. Well, it's still really heavy. We've actually absolutely copped it here at TIO, but yep, we've 25-point leaders are the Buffs as we're back underway in this final quarter. The winner goes through to the grand final. The loser will play Nightcliff next Saturday night here at TIO as Chambling goes in and gets the hard ball, coughs it up. Here's Williams. Umpire's just paid a free kick. It's going the way of Chambling. So he plays on. It's a long tour contest. Dropped mark. Ball pops out. Stevenson just knocks it forward. Roses does well, taps it to Stokes. Beautiful work down there from Rosier. Just pops it out. A few bodies flying everywhere. Here's Tambling, gets crunched as he kicks it. Jalen Clark taps, cuts that one off, although drops the mark. Ball pops out. Kick on goal is just off to the left. It was Dylan Barry. Doing well to get boot to ball. But Timmy, what do the Crocs need to do in these hard, wet conditions?
Yeah, I think as you saw Richard Tambling do at the start of this quarter here, just kick the ball long and straight down the middle. I don't think you want to get stuck outside in the wings. It's just going to be so hard to move the ball. And I mean, for the district supporters, it's at the right end at the moment.
Here we go. Baralunga just coughed that one up in these conditions. Pops out to Jalen Clark. Have a look at this. Kick is across the face.
Yeah, so Matty Rosier there, just normally on his left foot, he'd love those little ones. As we see the umpire just falling down in the pocket there, but he's back up and running as well. But yeah, that's two opportunities here. They're just going to have to take every opportunity they can here, the districts, to get themselves into this game again.
There's a bit more lightning goes off in the background as Todd Miles takes a good mark, relieves some pressure, heads towards Shillaby. Ball's punched down. Bit of holding on there. Umpire agrees. That one's going against Stevenson. And the nice chiseler into Ed Barlow. It's just about, you'd think it was a bit beyond him in these conditions.
Yeah, they're going to have to kick some quick goals here. They need 5 goals to get back into the lead, so they'd want to get a move on pretty quickly.
Thanks for that, Tim Bailey. You just stick to the weather, pal. As Barlow. There's the big hoist. And that's to the left as well. So another minus score to Southern Districts. Moved to 7-8-50. Darwin Buffaloes 11-6-72. 22-point leaders are the Buffs. It's the 2 minutes gone. In the final quarter, as Moroney goes long to a contest. Miles does well, gets wrapped up though. Umpire circling. Oh, they were away then. So there's no prior.
Pretty clean from the big fella.
Was. Have a look at this. Thought he could have been pinged for holding the ball. Back underway. Williams with the kick. To centre half forward for the Crocs, and we'll have another stoppage.
It's all the Buffs have to do now. Finals footy's not about how much of a score you get, it's just if you win or you lose, and they win this game, they're in their first grand final for a pretty long time, so they're going to be working hard this last quarter, doing everything they can.
So kick to forwards, full forward. Jalen Clark goes back. He's under pressure from Leroy Jetta off the deck. Have a look at that. She's game on. Ed Barlow, a bit of soccer style, gets a much needed goal for the Crocs. 8-8-56. Darwin Buffaloes 11-6-72.
Yeah, we watched the replay here. Just a big hit there by the ruckman in Mark Jamo. Just gets into that dangerous area there. We've seen the boys running over the ball a fair bit today, but you know, Jalen Clark, great effort there, but probably just needed to get rid of the ball a bit further there, pick up the ball and, you know, run it over the line. And Ed Barlow there, just been a good player all night, best and fairest for this year for the Districts Club, and, you know, gets a really important goal there. And, you know, they're still in it. It's going to be hard, but they're still giving themselves the best chance they can.
16-point lead to the Buffs. Back in the middle. Got a free kick going against Jamer, and he's given the umpire an absolute bake. You can't do that these days, pal. It's not the 1980s. With 50 metres, Mark Noonan will be very happy with that call, you would have thought. He's given away the free kick for shepherding out.
Yeah, just can't stick that arm out and push off now, and yeah, a little bit undisciplined. Hopefully for Mark Jamer that it doesn't end in a goal.
Big 52, more like 400 metres. Right in front, marched right in front of goals. Crocs fans not liking this one. Kick underway, off to the left, so really needed to score that goal. That was just an absolute gift. Pushing it across the face, 11-7-73 to Southern Districts, 8-8-56 as the kick goes to centre half back, ball off the deck. Moroney does well, waits to the troops to arrive. Miles sits on top of someone's dial. That would have hurt. He's a big unit. Here's Sullivan, clean hands. Out to Aldridge. Look at that for a pirouette style. Spins out of trouble. Here's Sambono, kicks it to himself. Might not work out though. He goes to ground. Still hanging around there in the pocket for now. Sambono does well to get the handball out, but it's Richard Tambling who does extremely well. Pops out and J-Mark, good mark. Under pressure. Gets the handball off. Ball goes long down the line. Leroy Jetta just puts the hands in the back and gives away the free kick to Stokes, to the tune of Bradley Stokes. Stokes Central. He's just weighing up the options. Goes long down the line. Jamar, that's a free kick. Hands in the back. Southern Districts just giving away a few free kicks. But now advantage played. Ball pops out. That's over the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, just pretty patient with the ball, the Buffaloes at the moment. I think that's all they need to do is just keep going long down the line, force a contest and chew that clock up.
Ball thrown back in. Tambling tries to get the handball. Nice work there from Rosier. Shillaby tries to slap it forward. Frederick Sleeth, mullet looking slicker than ever in these conditions. Ed Barlow tries to pick up the ball. Ball pops out. Stokes drops the ball. Some hard bodies flying around here. Crocs have done it right here. They're away through O'Brien. Goes in the Farah direction. And he was away then, but it's a bit of an average kick, and that one's over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, just had to get the ball into that 50 area metre there. Like, we had lots of space there. The running to all that area. Farah had lots of it there. Just had to just hit the ball on the wrong side of the boot there. You see the space there, just missed it there, and just a big opportunity missed.
So Sullivan with the flick over the back, then gets his own ball. Kicks to a 2-on-1. Jackson Clark trying to get around Jamar. He's done well here. Jackson Clark. Well done, young man. As he just holds him up for now. Shillaby. He lined him up, and that's ball. It's still in. Shillaby does well. Gets Boots a ball. The ball hits the deck and just stops on the spot. Frederick Slate, have a look at that. The handiwork. That could have been holding the ball. Nothing doing. Sam Bono slick in these conditions. Frederick Slate just barges through. Matty Campbell, how's that for clean hands? And he wins a free kick for too high. So he goes inboard. Stevenson kicks to the top of the square. But it's a Crocs auto spilled mark. McAdam puts the afterburners on. Nearly chased down. Just about turns that one over. The Crocs in a 2-on-1 in the middle of the ground. Anson does well, pops it out. Miles drops the ball. It's wet, hard conditions. And that one's a free kick going the way of Ogden. He looks to move it quickly. Pushes it out towards the wing. Crocs with the numbers. Ball inside 50 towards Farah. Saveka just ragdolls him out of the way. Farrell was still sliding into the fence. Good touch, good work there. Oh, Jesus, body's flying everywhere. And it's a free kick. It's a big Sullivan against Farrell, and it's gone down ground for Jackson Clark. Just needs to keep a bit of a lid on it, do the Crocs if they want to stay in touch. Giving away a few silly free kicks, Jimmy.
They certainly have, and another down the field free kick and bomb inside, I think.
Have a look at this. Anderson with a banana. Sam Bono keeps his feet. You've got to be kidding me. No, it goes straight up in the air. Oh, Gio nearly had a heart attack there. Sam Bono in these conditions, he does it all, the big boy. Just didn't get through the big sticks. So 8:56, the Darwin Buffaloes 11:8:74. Nearly 10 minutes gone in the first quarter. The fourth quarter, actually. And Frederick Sleeth saving the free kick. No, it's going the way of Farrell. No, big Frederick Sleeth is going to get this one. Not sure what the free kick was there for. Probably because of his hair, by the look of it. As he goes cross ground with a nice kick. Finds Curry. He's trying to hold on to the ball here. It's Matthew Rosier. He goes long. Looking for Staunton. Jalen Clark does well, worries him out of it. Does real well, does Jalen Clark in a 3-on-1. Forces a stoppage, Tim.
Yes, the Buffs are just going to play the boundary now, as I reckon. 10 minutes in, there's probably going to be a 20-minute quarter, so they're just going to be playing for this grand final. And, 3 goals, 4 goals to kick for the districts. They're going to keep coming here, but I think the Buffs are just going to love this boundaries and throw-ins and keep doing that sort of slow stuff.
Whoever wins this one will want the week off after the game in these conditions. As the ball goes up in the air, Farah does well with the Army sort of vibe, roll out of trouble. Stokes does well, keeps it in front. Clean hands. Puts it to the outer wing. And a good mark taken there to Chris Williams.
Seen the Stokes boys, Chrissy Williams, and a few of the smaller brigade for Buffs, just be that little bit cleaner going forward. So if they can hold on to the ball, they'll hold on to the gun.
Kevin Moroney with a nice sliding mark, although he's turned this one over. Slate's just looking for the 50. I'd be more worried about getting the goal, pal. So they've worked this one nicely of the Crocs. There's just not a lot of options. Have to kick to a contest. Jalen Clark drops that one. Leroy Jetta puts his hip firm into his back. The umpire's circling and says he will throw this one up.
Yeah, so the pressure goes right back on districts. Haven't only lost the one game all year and haven't lost a game since Christmas. So it's going to be, back to the drawing boards, I reckon, for next week. And they're going to have to really work hard to get back into this season.
So the ball's flicked up. Ball pops out to Williams. Does well. Gets a handball out to Aldridge. Aldridge in the Campbell direction. Campbell's given away the free kick for holding the man. So Smith just Weighing up the options, goes long down the line. Looks pretty good. This might work. To McLaughlin. McLaughlin plays on. Could have been a free kick for in the back. Umpire says play it on. Here they're in a bit of space here. Here's Leroy Jetta. Feeds the handball out. And that is one of the biggest Joel Selwood high free kicks I've ever seen in my life. Well done, pal.
Yeah, Rory O'Brien here earned the free kick, 25 metres out. Once again, we've seen this before with the whole match throughout the night. I'm not sure if it was Jalen Clark or who the direct opponent was, but you know, conditions like this, it's pretty hard to kick a goal from 20 metres out. You know, you get a free kick there, that's an easy goal, and you know, they're close enough. 7 or 8 minutes to go in this game, you know, 4 goals, and they can still get themselves in there.
So if we just have a look at the free kick, yeah, it was definitely, as we just fast forward a bit, it was definitely high, Jimmy. Was that Joel Selwood lifting the arms up, wasn't it?
Get in first for the footy, though, and you either win the ball or you win the free kick. That's what he did.
Did it well against Jalen Clark, so you would have thought Jalen Clark gave him a bit of a mouthful.
Only 2 goals in it. They really need to stay disciplined, the Buffaloes, otherwise they could find themselves playing again next week.
And you just see the umpire signal the 50 there. So undisciplined stuff here from the Buffs. It's been another free kick. It's the underway of the Buffs, though. Not sure what that was for. It was the
player coming in off the line of the square.
Jimmy Driscoll. He does the weather and the umpiring. Here we go, Sam Bono in a bit of space. Does well. And it's a free kick for throwing. I thought that would have been knocked out in the tackle. Anyway, we're back underway. It's Bowden. Gets wrapped up. Umpire says play on. It's in hot pursuit. Farah. Collinson. Here's Barlow. Ball pops out. Roney gets wrapped up. Umpire says play on. We're back inside 50. It's a mark to O'Brien. Winds around. Centres the ball towards Leroy Jetta. Savika flies. Will Farah's down there. Ball pops out. What can they do? Ball's back on the deck. And there's been a free kick for holding the ball. Geez, they're under pressure there, the Buffs. They just held up. They did well. And Atkinson will take this one as he goes long to a contest. Jackson Clark does well. Barrawonga in a bit of space. If he can run on the end of this one. Does well, or does very well, the young fella. Flicks it over the top. Here's Aldridge. Nice kick to Stokes. Stokes goes inside. Jalen Clark. He's missed that one. Gets boots a ball. And a clever mark to my boy, Frederick Sleeth, the flying mullet. Had plenty of time to take that one. Finds Roker. Roker goes straight down the guts. Finds Callum Curry. He heads in the Farah direction. Saveka does very well. Saveka goes off the deck. Here's Barlow. Winds around. Can't find O'Brien. He keeps it in. Does well. It's a good contest over there. Umpire circling. Ball pops out. Everyone stopped. It was over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Ed Barlow thought he just got away with that one there, but the umpire on the far side there just managed to see that ball pop over the line. So we've got to see a throw in here just deep in the Southern District's forward line.
So ball thrown back in. Sullivan with the tap. Stokes with the kick. Only as far as Tambling. Snap on goal. Over the top. Tambling's topped it from nowhere, from nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Southern District's moved to 10-8-68. Darwin Buffaloes 11-8-74. Just a goal in it. 17 minutes gone in the final quarter, Jimmy.
Definitely game on, and we see the AFL boys stepping up in terms of Richard Tambling and Ed Barlow. Sam Smith's been really good down back as well, but as we continue to say, get it in and get it in quick, and you never know what can happen.
It's been a strange old night. We've had lightning. The game was called off for a minute. We thought it was all over, but it's back on, and it's game on. Just the one goal in it. Ball thrown back up. Darwin Buffs just need a settler here. Stokes does well, gets handball out to Sullivan. Sullivan puts it inside 50. Matty Campbell does well, keeps his feet. Snap on goal, pops over the top. Don't tell me! Matty Campbell, look at him! What a goal from the bald eagle. He's the baldest man out there, and I'm loving his work, Jimmy.
He is bald, but he's only 31 and very smart, very smart. I think we saw the composure from Stokes going forward, and then, you know, Flash is always going to go onto his left, so got to protect that side, and good work from O'Sullivan in the middle too. Just took his time, got it in, and you know how smart that man is around goal.
Just have a look at the work from the big boy, the bald eagle. Throwing it on the left.
He's going to hate that.
Oh, well, he can do whatever. Sorry, Matthew.
No, I'm not.
That was Jimmy saying he's not. That was Nick saying he is sorry, as we're back underway in the middle. Stokes with a nice handball out to Aldridge. Aldridge goes the banana. Here's Matty Campbell again. Just overruns it this time. Ogden in pursuit. Gets wrapped up. Drops the ball. That's on the ball. Beautiful work.
Jackson Clark.
Just give it straight to Sambono, pal. Probably don't have it in ya. Sambono probably does. Just looks like he's just milking the clock a little bit. Jackson Clark.
He's laid a couple of good tackles lately, Jackson Clark, and that pressure has kept him in the game.
Bit of a Mooney style there from Ogden. Here's Shillabeer, gets the handball. Goes bang! Kick underway to the top of the square and over the line. Never thought I'd say this, but a handy point. That is 19 minutes gone. We're up by 13. Can the Buffs hold on? You would think this quarter's not going to be a long one. Kick goes long in the Frederick Sleeth department. Does well. He's given away the free kick for in the back. He just went a bit early. It was a bit of an awkward sort of launch at the ball from Sleeth. And Shillabeer's, oh, geez, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Sleethy. He's given away 50. He's clocking a couple of taps on the backside, big Sleeth. But it'll be Shillabeer. Will put the icing on the cake for the Buffs, Jimmy.
Yeah, unnecessary. Went a little bit too early and pushed in the back, and then Shillabeer obviously played it up for the umpire. So a certain goal for him. He's fifth for the game, and you would think the icing on the cake.
So Shillabeer right in front. Darwin Buffs will be marching into the grand final as they celebrate. Shillabeer's up and about. Frederick Sleeth's into him. And Matty Campbell's just going, just go back, pal. Go back. Worry about your hair for next week.
Yeah, you can see in his eyes, he's not real happy at the moment, big free Sleeth. I think his teammates just got to get around him. You know, let us. You know, we're going to start looking about next week now, boys. We've let this first one go. That's why you finish top, to try and get yourself a second chance. As Matty Campbell was just reminding him that he's going to play a game next week.
Matty Campbell, probably the cheekiest man of all time.
Yes.
As we have a look at the celebration. Matty Campbell, he's just looking back at Matty Campbell. He's still clapping him down there, the big boy. I don't know what he's doing. He might cop a potato punch style on the top of the dial if he keeps going on with that from Big Sleeth. As we're back in the middle. And bodies flying everywhere. Tamblin going in hard as he always does. Gets a handball out. Here's Curry. Feeds it backwards. Curry receives it back again. The umpire's picked out a free kick for a throw. And Southern District players are not happy as Cam Stokes will receive this one, and 50 metres. Don't know what that one was for.
He thinks it's from the District's player, but it was actually Jalen Clark that threw it back to him.
He's worked that one well, big Jalen Clark. As we have just have a look at this, as we have a look at the free kick. Looks like a handball to me, did it? Or?
Nah, it was the second one where I actually thought it was a handball as well, but yeah, unfortunately got pinged.
Anyway, 50 metres, Cam Stokes can really put the nail in the coffin for the Crocs. He doesn't find himself in front of goals very often. He's usually down back. Here he goes. Matty Campbell just gets dropped. That one to the top of the square. It's Anderson. McAdam with the throw. Matty Campbell. Oh, it's touched. That looks like a goal to me. So Matty Campbell just carrying on like a pork chop, if we can get the camera on. Matty Campbell just really letting loose with the celebration with the behind. I don't know what he's doing. As the ball, they've worked the ball to half back, have the Crocs. Sambono in pursuit of that one. Shamar just doing a bit of holding on. Umpire says play on. Stokes just bangs it forward, but only as far as McAdam. So McAdam just really just a kick and hope, but it might work out here. Ball's just about inside 50. Saveka chops this one off. Just kicks it to advantage. Clean hands in these wet conditions. Jalen Clark with the handball over top to Saveka. Barrawanga just with the tap on. Clark off the deck. Stevenson and Staunton go low and hard for the pill. The umpire circles and said he will have another stoppage and throw this one up.
So here we go. Darwin Buffaloes will be playing in a grand final in 2 weeks' time. Southern Districts back to the drawing board, facing Nottingham next week.
Big game it'll be next week. Make sure you join us on 7 Mate will be. It'll be an absolute cracker next week. Crocs will need to regroup as that one goes over the line for a boundary throw in. And we'll have another one.
Had a few in this second half with all the rain, and yeah, they've done really well, the Buffaloes.
And there we have it, Darwin Buffaloes into the big dance, 13-10. 88, Southern Districts 10-8, 68. You feel Southern Districts just sort of let that one slip, Jimmy?
Yeah, they did, and it was the start from the Darwin Buffaloes that obviously got them underway, kicking 7 goals in the first quarter to 1. So in the end, we've got a 20-point ball game, but after that first quarter, there was 35 points. So that let them slip from the Crocs.
Timmy, who was in the best for you for the Buffs tonight, mate?
Yeah, I think that just their whole, I mean, the last month of footy, just they've really shared the load. I mean, up 4, you know, Sam Bonus took his 4. Sillaby, fantastic first quarter. He finished with 5. You know, Toddy Moles, I think playing up 4 was a great move by Matty Campbell. Just sort of, you know, probably really spread the Southern Districts defenders. Didn't know what to do with that extra height down there. And, you know, as I said earlier, and their 2 ruckmen who really backed each other up in Sullivan and Axton, did a great job. Yeah, once again, it's just a great team performance.
Shillaby for mine, he was on fire tonight. Sambono, good again. Make sure you join us next week where we'll be doing Nightcliff and Southern Districts, and who will win that one and meet the Darwin Buffaloes in the grand final. But for now, it's Darwin Buffaloes 13-10, 88 Southern Districts 10-8, 68. We'll see you next week.